We will now uncover the veil. Brethren and sisters, this is the veil of the temple. I will now explain the marks on the veil. These 4 marks are the marks of the holy priesthood, and corresponding marks are found in your individual garment. On the right is the mark of the square. It is placed in the garment over the right breast, suggesting to the mind exactness and honor in keeping the covenants entered into this day. On the left is the mark of the compass. It is placed in the garment over the left breast, suggesting to the mind an undeviating course leading to eternal life, a constant reminder that desires, appetites, and passions are to be kept within the bounds the Lord has set, and that all truth may be circumscribed into one great whole. This is the navel mark. It is placed in the garment over the navel, suggesting to the mind the need of constant nourishment to body and spirit. This is the knee mark. It is placed in the right leg of the garment, so as to be over the kneecap, suggesting that every knee shall bow and every tongue confess that Jesus is the Christ. These other 3 marks are for convenience in working at the veil. Through this one, the person representing the Lord puts forth his right hand to test our knowledge of the tokens of the holy priesthood. Through the one on the right, he asks us certain questions. Through the one on the left, we give our answers. As all of you will have to pass through the veil, we will show you how this is to be done. The person is brought to this point, and the worker gives 3 distinct taps with the mallet. Whereupon the Lord parts the veil and asks, "What is wanted?" Adam, having been true and faithful in all things, desires further light and knowledge by conversing with the Lord through the veil.
Present him at the veil, and his request shall be granted.
The person is then brought to this point, whereupon the Lord puts forth his right hand, gives the first token of the Aaronic priesthood, and asks,
"What is that?"
The first token of the Aaronic priesthood.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I will through the veil. The person then gives through the veil the name of this token, which is the new name received in the temple today. The Lord then gives the second token of the Aaronic priesthood and asks,
"What is that?"
The second token of the Aaronic priesthood.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I will through the veil. The person then gives the name of this token, which is his first given name if he is going through the temple for his own endowment, or if he is going through for the dead, it is the first given name of the person for whom he is officiating. The Lord then gives the first token of the Melchizedek priesthood, or sign of the nail, and asks,
"What is that?"
The first token of the Melchizedek priesthood, or sign of the nail.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I will through the veil. The person then gives the name of this token, which is the Son, meaning the Son of God. The Lord then gives the second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the nail, and asks,
"What is that?"
The second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the nail.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I cannot. I have not yet received it. For this purpose I have come to converse with the Lord through the veil.
You shall receive it through the veil.
It is received as left arms are placed upon right shoulders through the veil. The Lord then gives the name of this token and asks,
"What is that?"
The second token of the Melchizedek priesthood, the patriarchal grip or sure sign of the nail.
Has it a name?
It has.
Will you give it to me?
I will through the veil. The person then repeats back to the Lord the name of this token as he received it, whereupon the Lord says,
"That is correct."
The person is again brought to this point, and the worker gives 3 distinct taps with the mallet. The Lord parts the veil and asks,
"What is wanted?"
Adam, having conversed with the Lord through the veil, desires now to enter his presence. The Lord puts forth his right hand, takes the person by the right hand, and says,
Let him enter.
He is admitted into the presence of the Lord.